All right, brother. White Bassmaster. Mustad 3906B, number 4. White monocord, like I use for everything. So I'm laying a thread base down about a quarter to the third of the way down the hook shank. I'm not going overboard and going down the whole length, and you'll see why in just a little bit. That would impede our lead when we go to lay it down. All right, first thing we want to do is eyes. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 6 one way, 6 the other way. Make sure they're straight. And I want to come underneath, tighten them down. 3 or 4 wraps. All right, so 6, 12, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good and straight. All right, now lead wire 0.25. If I can find a leading edge here. All right, I'm gonna wrap this. I like to use my hackle pliers. What I'm looking to do is I'm looking to leave just a little bit at the back of the hook where I can properly see my tail. And that's going to be enough right there. I got a snoring cache in the corner. All right. Okay. So now I want to seat this up here. Take my thread back. I want to start to lay down my thread base from my tail. But before I do my tail, I'm going to really get my eyes in place. The way I want to do that is with the UV epoxy. I like the brush. You can use the tip, whatever. I don't give a shit, whatever you want to do. But this is where that rotor race comes in handy because you can get it coated on all sides. And then we hit it with that UV light. We're ready to roll. All right, I've got a pre-cut piece of rabbit strip here. This is the regular, not the Magnum. Magnum's got more water resistance and it's not going to sink as fast. So I like this one here, kind of pre-measured. And with this pattern, we're going to tie it in upside down. All right, just a couple real stiff wraps. Center on the hook shank, ready to roll. Now when I go forward, I like to get in between each single wrap of thread. All right, now this is the Estaz. The Estaz has got a grain to it. All the fibers are going to go back like this, like a Christmas tree right here. All right, that's the way I want to tie it in. All right, tie this in here. Again, back to the back. We're going to go forward. We're going to front of the eyes this time. A little bit of a thread base to the edge of the eye, and then come back a little bit, lay it to the side. All right, now there's a little bit of a trick with the legs. So this is 4 in a row that have not been separated, 4 medium round rubber legs. Now I want to bend it over the thread. 1 super tight wrap, 2 super tight wraps. Now I'm going to pull it back and wrap it to where it's just in front of the eyes. Now I'm gonna let it loose. Come back to where it was. Pick these up. Got scissors ready. Really pull on them, snip them. All right. All right, now we're ready to roll. All right, just gonna wrap forward. Kinda trying to keep the fibers back as best we can. You're not gonna be 100%, but you can probably do half decent. Now we're coming up on the eyes here. And each time you kind of gotta pop those rubber legs out of the way. It's a little bit of a pain, but not too much. All right, I try not to crowd the hook eye too much. All right, when I get tight to it, I'm gonna come underneath the eyes, come back down on one side, go underneath again, and crisscross on top. Okay, now, when I'm in front of the eyes, I'm wrapping on top of the legs. On the average fly, I'll get 3 good wraps in front of the legs. All right. So now, I've got 3 good wraps in front of the legs. I want to take some big, heavy, tight wraps on this Astaz, and you're going to get those Astaz fibers in these wraps. I'm going to do 3 good wraps, okay? And now I'm going to try to come in front. Try to get as much out of the way as I can. Get a couple wraps in there. All right. Now, I'm going to trim this Astaz. If I've got just a ton of Astaz fibers in the way of my, if I can pull them back and tie them down, that's one thing. But if I've got just a ton of them, then I'm not going to be able to pull back and make part of the fly. I'm going to trim them out of the way. Usually the ones on the underneath are difficult to do that with. And I've got some on top. I'm going to give you the same problem. So now I'm going to try to pull back those fibers. Finish my fly. Again, if I can't, I can wrap back and see which ones got caught in the crossfire and come back and snip them off again. I don't think there's any right answer, just as long as it's clean. And shit, fish don't give a shit, it's clean anyway, so only me. A little bit of a thread head. And now we're going to get that whip finish out. And as I'm whip finishing, I'm trying to keep those Astaz fibers out of the way. One or two, whichever you prefer. All right, so now I want to snip our thread. Now I want to come back to our legs. I like my legs just a little longer than my hook. All right, they're still together. Now I want to divvy them up. Make sure they're separated. Make sure they're laying like I want them to lay. All right, now back to our cement, excuse me, not our cement, our UV resin. Is on top there. If you get it in the eye, have something handy to get it out of the eye. An extra rubber leg will work. Okay. That's it, man. That's how it'll fish. Savage.